fuck you. I hope you get PTSD. And I hope you get no health insurance when you get back into fucking America.
This clip obviously made the rounds on social media and rightfully outraged a lot of people. Here's how she responded the next day.
I hope you get PTSD.
Based?
And I hope you get no health insurance when you get back into the fucking America.
Is this...
And they posted it in my head, I'm like, base?
Man.
Based?
If the Horde makes allies of the Zandalari,
Like,
we won't
am I
have the
supposed
power
to be?
stop them.
Am I supposed to be like
Then
I'm
we
not
must
walking
make
back on it. I
allies
still
of our
fucking
own.
agree with it. Based?
The smug
My people
defiance Frogan
command
is
the
showing
most
is only
powerful
because she
navy in
knows
all
that
of
Twitch will
Azeroth.
do nothing to moderate her,
I could
despite
No, they
pull
won't.
Tyrus
They
back
will
into
do
the
nothing.
Alliance.
veterans being classified as a
You're
protected
the
group
reason they
in
left
Twitch's
the Alliance.
own community guidelines.
And
But
dealing with
wait,
that is the
there's
only hope we
more.
have of bringing
Okay.
them back.
6250. 9/11
prepare
baking
my
stream with
ship.
Raph and Capri.
Champion, meet
If
me
we
in the
get to
harbor
this
when you
goal
are ready to
by
depart.
9/11, Capri,
So, Gen, how are your
Raph,
sea
and I
legs?
will make the Twin Towers out of a stacked cake, and we'll make an airplane, and we'll recreate 9/11.
To be fair, this is again something that I am not even going to pretend to moralize about this. You know, the Ash Ketchum catching the illegal aliens with Tom Homan. I've had a number of jokes that I think are a lot worse than this one. I'm not even going to begin to try to talk about how bad this is, okay? We're not going to pretend.
This tweet was the final straw for me. You'll notice the date is October 7th, 2020.
Yeah, this one was really bad. But yours are funny. I think they're funny too. I do. I think that I'm funny. My terrorism, like dark humor jokes, are way better than hers. Look. If she wants some better terrorist jokes, she can just hit me up. I'll come up with some good ones. Okay.
3, the morning of the massacre, at 5:30 a.m. Pacific
5
time.
in the
At
morning.
this moment, Hamas
Wow.
militants had infiltrated a music festival and several kibbutzim, where they began their wanton slaying of civilians. Here's what she tweeted. Leftists preach and foam at the mouth at the thought of a revolution happening in America. But as soon as it happens in the Middle East, what they're doing is wrong. It's not what she said. It's when she said it.
Well,
While
she's obviously referring to what happened on October 7th. It's not like this is random, right? I mean, she obviously meant that. But yeah, I mean, I think it's a lot harder to get people to agree with you whenever you're killing and raping civilians. Like, it is. It's like, you're like, this is our message. We kill and rape civilians. Okay, well, that doesn't really get as many people, right? Yeah, it's just a bad message. A lot of people don't like that.
on Twitter celebrating, I was listening to the local news in Israel. Families were calling into news stations begging for help. Let me show you what I mean.
מה קורה? לא, איפה את?
I don't know that he's killing us. Yeah, of course he is.
מה, איפה אתם? יואו, מה, מצליחים מיקום?
Yeah, it's awful over there.
תתרחבו, תמצאו מקום, תתרחבו. אני יוצא לכיוון שלכם עכשיו, צריכים מיקום. אני בא, מאמי, צריכים מיקום, אלוהים.
The morning of October 7th, Israelis were listening to calls like this all morning long. Dozens of them. Imagine reading this tweet after listening to this. This woman should have moved on years ago to another profession. But for some reason, Twitch is obsessed with keeping her on life support.
To
And
be fair, both of these events were not Twitch events, and they were run by, ironically, Cutie Cinderella, who's Ludwig's girlfriend.
Instead of moderating her, they actually gave her an award, Together for Legendary Woman, in which she would get front page
Wait,
placement.
Twitch gave her that? Wait, I didn't even know about this one. Oh fuck, never mind. Legendary Woman.
All year long. This is actually my favorite detail about Frogan. She won a Rising Star Award at the Streamer Award, an award show put on by her friends. And then the next year, guys, she gets nominated for Rising Star again. Are they fucking with her? You can't be Rising Star twice.
I'm out of range.
It's up or it's down, man. In fact, you were never up. That was the problem. They tried to pretend like you were up, but you were always down. Rising Star twice.
He's right.
What's this fucking?
Yeah, I remember not Ludwig. Fucking Miz joked about this, and she got so upset.
Mario Kart? You hit a boost up there or some shit?
The picture is fake of the second one. Yes, that's correct. The picture that was used in the second image is in fact fake, but it is true that she was nominated and won Rising Star 2 years in a row. I think that maybe she didn't win both years, but she at least got nominated 2 years in a row. Yeah. But it's the wrong image, but the right argument.
Feel free
She
to
won
browse.
one, lost one. Well, that would make sense, right?
I have the finest wares in the land.
Because Frogan is the two-time
Farewell.
Rising Star champ, and because of her massive
Yeah.
viewership of 100 concurrent viewers, it only makes sense that Twitch would give her one of the main stages at TwitchCon to do a 45-minute long segment. Her idea that was Twitch approved, an Arab to Jew racial tier list.
Time is money, friend.
See you later.
Can I help you?
Oh, God. Wow. That's crazy, isn't it? That's crazy it was even a thing? Yeah, I don't know.
I can't carry any more of those.
So the premise is who can say Habibi, an Arabic word of affection like baby or sweetheart.
Yeah.
This tier list determines who can say it. Top and most desirable tier is Arab. And at the bottom, the worst one is, quote, loves Sabra. Now, why does Love Sabra equate to Jews? Sabra is a well-known Israeli company that makes hummus. They've been on the divestment list for many, many years, so the activists are well aware of their status. Oh yeah, and Sabra literally means a Jew that was born in Israel. It also plays up.
A Jewish person born in Israel?
Good day to you.
Huh.
See you
How
around.
about that? Yeah.
It also plays up an anti-Semitic trope that denies Jewish identity in the Middle East. There's this idea that Israelis are all white colonizers who are stealing the culture and identity of Arabs to make it seem like they belong there. Watch Frogan and her co-hosts accuse Israelis of culturally appropriating Arab culture.
The one thing that's like funny is that there's two types of like genocide, right? There's like genocide of real people, and then there's like cultural genocide, right? Like this is fucking funny. But, like, those motherfuckers trying to take hummus and say it's Israeli is the most insane thing to me.
Dude, the fact that they have the audacity to create Sabra and make that like the staple hummus of America, insane.
It's super offensive to us, and like that's actual like cultural appropriation. Like people get mad when someone has like dreadlocks and they call that culture. I'm like, come on, it's just like a hairdo. Like it's okay. People like white people are allowed to have dreadlocks if they want dreadlocks, but like actually trying to claim our food, our desserts.
Just one question for you guys.
Who the fuck do you think is making the hummus in Israel? Martha Stewart? No, it's the same fucking Arabic-speaking.
Yeah, my understanding is that Jews and Arabs were all in the they all came from the same fucking place, basically. Like that's my understanding. Now I could be wrong about that. I mean, I don't think it's entirely true every time, right? And like obviously as time has gone on, things have changed. But like, I mean, I don't know, is this like a forbidden fact or something? Like, I thought this was just established. I thought people just knew this.
Jews that you kicked out in the 1950s.
Yeah,
Yes, they also like hummus. And they like all the same shit you do. Because they are you. They're from your country. You kicked them all out, and now you're accusing them of stealing your culture. You want to talk about cultural genocide? Well, here it is. You racist piece of shit.
Those motherfuckers trying to take hummus and say it's Israeli is the most insane thing to me.
Hey, scumbag, here's a hummus place we used to eat at. The chef is from Yemen. Here's another dude from Syria. Does this dude look like a white colonizer to you? Would you like to tell him he's stealing?
See, this is one thing that I think is also probably true. Like, I really don't know about this, but I think that in places where there are both, like, Arabs and Jewish people, I think that probably in a lot of cases they just generally get along. Am I wrong about that? Yeah, they do. Yeah, they probably do, right? Exactly. And so I feel like this is another issue, is that you have people that are like super ideologically motivated that end up radicalizing groups of normal people that end up making everything in the world a worse place. I think that's it. It's a bit more nuanced than that, but yeah. Oh, I'm sure there's friction. Of course, there's friction. But like in general, I think people generally can get along, right? In a lot of cases, even if they're very different. I think that, you know, in the U.S., that's definitely true. And so I think that normal people are getting radicalized by this. And when you actually probably see a lot of these places, it's everybody getting along and there are no problems. Religion's part of the delusion. Yeah, no, for sure. There's also a religion thing. Yeah, no doubt.
Culture. Well, this is what most Israelis look like.
Dude, the fact that they have the audacity to create Sabra.
This is casual bigotry being passed around like a leftist talking point. It's exactly why people are saying that anti-Semitism is coming mostly from the left. And yes, I know this dipshit is also Jewish. Incredible. He picked up so many tokens, he actually became one. And by the way, everybody on this panel is looking pretty fucking white themselves. So bearing all of this
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, like, yeah, like, I mean,
want this boiling still?
I mean, look at my skin, look at their skin. It's pretty close, right? I mean, let's be honest. It's pretty close.
Incredible. He picked up so many tokens, he actually became one. And by the way, everybody on this panel is looking pretty fucking...
This guy too. I mean, like, I mean, I don't know what you... And I'm a pale guy, right? I'm a really pale guy. It's just interesting.
And white themselves.
Yo.
So bearing all of this in mind, it's really not a stretch to say that the Lud
Keep it
Sabra
real.
bracket is a dog whistle for Israelis
Be
or
good.
Jews.
The next person is one of my favorite people, Ethan Klein.
Ooh,
I told you guys.
Ooh, uh-oh.
This is a good reaction. That was a good one. That's good. All right. Turn that up. Turn giraffes.
We
turn
all
that
know
up.
where this is going.
You guys are missing a category for Zionist. That was a joke. That was just a joke in my...
Stand up, stand up, stand up.
Jeez.
Well, obviously it's Love Sabra, right?
Yeah, it has
Yeah,
to
that's
be.
easy. That's
Definitely Love Sabra.
She apparently consulted...
Put him in the bad Jew category. Oh, put him in the bad Jew category, quick.
Hello.
Can't attack.
Bro, Twitch has makes me so fucking mad about this. Oh my god.
with the head of the KKK, he told her, more subtle. So if it wasn't obvious enough, they pulled me, one of the best-known Jewish creators, and immediately put me in Sabra. Hassan, by the way, he's Turkish, not Arab. He's Arab. That's the good one. That's the good one. The Arab ethnicity is S tier. Then Denham's jokes that we don't have a category low enough for Zionists. Once again, calling out my Jewish identity.
Dude, where's the... You guys are missing a category for Zionist.
And if it isn't about being Jewish, why would they put Ben Shapiro in the thumbnail? One of the other most...
Come on. Come on, you guys. Come on.
Light be with you.
You had to do it to him?
Prominent Jews on YouTube,
Man,
and the category next to me when he's not even featured in the game. Who's next down there? Anne Frank, Einstein, Seth Rogen, Schindler. Well, he wasn't Jewish, but they put him down there, let's be real. It also doesn't help their case that both my wife and Ben Shapiro's wife were born in Israel, which would make them Sabras. So love Sabra, literally in this case, means Jew lover. That sounds pretty racist. But what about the title? How Arab are these Twitch streamers? Hold on a minute. I thought this was about hummus. You know, I'm tired of these people gaslighting me. Haven't the Jews been gassed enough? See?
He went there. Wow, Ethan, I'm so glad. Like, the thing is that I'm so glad that people are not tone policing themselves over this stuff. This is fucking hilarious to me. I think it's so funny. I am so over the era of these fat, annoying, busybody Karens telling you what's funny and what's not. That was funny.
You're telling me you understand what a microaggression is, but you can't understand why a Jewish man might be uncomfortable with it. I feel like this is indefensible, blatant, obvious anti-Semitism, and this was greenlit by Twitch to appear on their main stage.
I don't think
How
they
is
really
that
understood
even
it.
possible? Right in front of their sponsors too. Chevron, Capcom, and Samsung.
Capcom.
This racial tier
Keep
list
it
was
real.
brought to you by our sponsors,
good.
Chevron, Capcom,
Have a good
and
one.
Samsung.
Keep it
This is an
real.
example of Twitch management elevating a racist nobody like Frogan at the detriment of their own company's well.
well-being. Why? After the predictable controversy this caused, Dan Clancy, the CEO, went live for the first time after 2 weeks and did an FAQ.
It's exciting to be here. Mary, thanks for having me. It's always a joy to do this with you. And we have a lot to talk about. And, looking forward to questions.
Let's take a look at some of the questions they got. This person asked, do you plan
Addressing the anti-Semitism problem, and he got banned for that. Yeah, I could see that.
on addressing the anti-Semitism problem? Dan's response? Permanent ban.
Yeah.
Why do you not ban streamers that show terrorist propaganda on your website? Good question. Permanent ban.
Got him, bitch!
Ban. Do you care to comment about the ADL and anti-Semitism on Twitch? Ban.
Oh.
Why the fuck is the CEO banning people for asking reasonable questions about a relevant controversy they've been in? What the fuck is this? These are not even written like in a mean way. You are banned, just like the entire country of Israel. It had just been discussed. Oh my God.
Should have seen Denims cover this. I'm sure she. Let me guess.
I will do what I can.
She was upset. Is that accurate?
I will never.
She was? Yeah. I could have assumed that.
Discovered around the same time as this Arab tier list that Twitch had secretly, without announcing it anywhere, banned the entire country of Israel from creating new accounts. This was enacted right after October 7th.
Yeah, it was.
And it continued on for a year. And if you're wondering how you didn't hear about it before, it's not because the Israelis weren't talking. Here's the top Israeli streamer's video about it, which is entitled, Twitch does not want Jews on their platform. He explains that they slowly started to realize no accounts could be made, and him and his fellow Israeli streamers were causing a lot of noise to get noted. But Twitch completely ignored them for 5 months. When he created a support ticket with Twitch...
The ban on Israel was a miss. Was Palestine included there? I think that, so the defense that Twitch ran for this was they said that they were doing it in order to prevent people from talking about terror content and like violent content. But I don't think that that was really true because they didn't ban IP addresses from Ukraine. And they haven't banned IP addresses from other countries that were embroiled in conflict either. So I think that if this was a policy to ban IP addresses based off of the current country's like conflict situation, then it would have applied to other places besides Israel. So you could logically assume that that's not the reason, because if it was, it would have been applied to other situations.
Straight up deleted with zero explanation. Around the end of the year, when people started talking about anti-Semitism on Twitch, Dan Saltman discovered the Israel ban when he was sent the code proving the block happened, presumably from someone who works at Twitch, and it could no longer be ignored.
Yeah, I talked to Dan kind of recently, actually. We'll see what happens in the future. I don't think this whole saga is over.
Israeli and American media started to pick up the story, which finally forced Twitch to respond. He also explains the block started on October 13th, which happens to be Global Jihad Day, when Islamic terrorists call on others globally to act, which he thinks is an odd coincidence. They were never...
It's probably an odd coincidence, but it's definitely... There sure are a lot of coincidences, huh? There's a lot of coincidences. Wow. Think about how many coincidences there are. Almost enough points to make a line.
Notified in any way, and it greatly affected their business.
No
he says he doesn't feel safe with Dan Clancy in power, as he feels he can no longer trust him. When Israelis try to sign up, it gives you a generic error message. It doesn't say anything.
I think Dan, listen, Dan knows this. Dan can reach out to me whenever he wants, if he wants to get some insight from a person who I hope that he knows that I'm unbiased. I think that Twitch has a huge problem, and I think that it is right underneath the surface. And I think that if the problem goes the way I think it will go, it could negatively affect his career in a very big way. And I think that's what will happen. I think it already has, to be honest. Now, I've defended Dan a lot, and I still continue to defend Dan, because I do not think he is a bad actor. I think that he is just being irresponsible. But if he wants to reach out to me, and I have no problem working with other people that are, you know, across the aisle for this kind of stuff.
Have a good one.
I think that he should get people like me and Hassan.
Hey, how you doing?
And
Yo,
we need to figure
hey,
this
how you
out before
doing?
this website gets shut the fuck down.
Be good.
And advertisers all leave. Because it will happen.
Yo.
I guarantee you it will
Have a
fucking
good
happen.
one.
And Destiny, and Dan Saltman, right? Like, I mean, this is a legitimate problem. Like, and I don't see how people can't see this. I don't. I don't see how people, like, am I crazy for seeing this? It's so clear. Amazon will pull the plug. You defend Dan to your own detriment. The guy is corrupt. No, I don't think that's what's happening. Now, I could be wrong, but I don't think that. I don't think Amazon will pull the cord. I think that they will probably replace the leadership. They will replace the leadership and then replace the... And this is why I think that even people like Hassan should come to the table with this. Is that if this happens... I think the type of content that both of us do will be on the chopping block. I think that's what will happen. Because if I was Amazon, that's what I would do. Because let's be honest, 99% of the problems on Twitch come from 5 people. I'm one of them, and he's one of them. Maybe 10. And so, yeah, I think we need to figure this out before this gets out of control. I don't want to have to play, like, I've watched his son play Marvel Rivals. You guys don't want to watch that. You don't want to watch me play Marvel Rivals either. Like, they gotta figure this shit out before things get real bad.
Just that you're ineligible because you're in Israel. So when one of these guys wrote to Twitch customer service, this is what they said. I am really sorry that you are having issues creating an account. We have reviewed your case thoroughly and can confirm that, unfortunately, you are not eligible to create a Twitch account. As a result, we will be closing your case at this time.
Under the new increased scrutiny, Dan Clancy panicked and posted 2 terrible explanations on Twitter that were immediately community noted.
How can Twitch say on one hand that they've reviewed the case thoroughly, and then on the other hand say it was an accident and they didn't know? This is all very fishy.
A big media company like Twitch doesn't realize that their new account signups from Israel has completely flatlined? You're telling me that you guys didn't notice that? That's impossible. Then, at the same time, it was announced that Sneeko, Fresh and Fit, and the little Houthi twink terrorists were all unbanned and they could stream again on Twitch. This is like the...
Which, by the way, I think is not the Houthi guy, because he's like literally advocating for genocide. That's not really not so good, right? But otherwise, yeah.
Holy trinity of anti-Semitism.
Yeah, he's like literally like a
we're back on Twitch. Welcome. I know we had gotten banned or whatever, or we got suspended, but I went ahead and appealed it, and we're back in the house, man. So for all the haters out there that were like, you know,
this didn't last.
What? Man, guys, we are back in the house. They can't stop us.
It did stop. An hour later, all 3 of the accounts were eventually rebanned. But the decision to unban those 3 creators at that exact time, and being 3 of the best-known anti-Semites on the internet, seems to clearly be trying to send a message.
And then it was discovered that Twitch's head of policy and community guidelines was previously fired from her job publicly by the British government. Why?
Time is money, friend.
She
Keep it real.
does not
Have a good
like
one.
the Jew. That's
What
right.
up?
They're
Time is money, friend. Yo! What's up? Hey, how you doing?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, very funny. Keep it real.
Too many coincidences? No, guys. I'm sure all of these things are coincidences.
Yo!
Her head
Be
of
good.
trust and safety was previously suspended from her job at Ofcom for being too anti-Zionist. And guess
it
where her
real.
very next job was at? That's right,
Have a
Twitch
good one.
TV.
apparently she was posting pro-Hamas tweets only mere days after October 7th happened.
That's so interesting. It sounds just like someone else we know. It's almost like
Didn't Dan make a video about that? I think he did, right?
Time is money, friend. Be good.
Yeah, I talked to him privately about this before he made the video, and I was kind of shocked. It was insane.
supporting terrorists is institutional. Hell, it might even be a prerequisite. Take a look at this tweet from Twitch's senior manager of inclusive marketing, Bridget Chirmating, on October 12th. People are posting screenshots of them donating to Israel relief funds. Shake my head, y'all are truly rooting for the oppressor. Read a damn book.
I mean, man, that's factually correct. Well, it's not really. So the reason why it's not is because a person living in Israel is not categorically an oppressor. And if you view every person who's living inside of a country as an oppressor, which means that they're effectively a military target, you're basically justifying a genocide, right? Because you would say that it's okay to kill all of them. So it's very easy to say that Israel as a country does bad things, and it's easy to say that the IDF is bad. It's easy to say that their foreign policy is bad, but it's very hard to justify saying that the relief funds that go to people that live in Israel who have been negatively affected, had their house blown up, or have had family members killed by terrorists, that these people are not victims. I think this is, I mean, how many of you guys are not retarded and you completely agree with this? Okay, everybody, basically. Yeah, everybody. Wow, what a surprise. Israelis aren't a monolith? Yeah, and I think that there are probably, I bet that there are a lot of Israelis who don't like what their government is doing. The same as there's probably a lot of Russians that don't like what their government is doing. I'm sure there's Ukrainians, Chinese people, Americans who don't like it either. Of course, right? And so to act like they're a monolith is, I think it's just, it's bad.
Look, this tweet was made only 5 days after the October 7th massacre. The donations she's criticizing would go to families like this.
Right, exactly.
If they were still alive. This entire family was murdered in cold blood by Hamas terrorists on October 7th. Bridget, who did these little girls oppress? How can you act so high and mighty for your cause and be so callous and inhuman for the innocents on the other side?
Wow, there's never been a case of a person who advocates for inclusion that actually turns out to be a psycho that is okay with killing people that they disagree with. Wow, has that ever happened before? Oh wait, that hasn't happened for 3 hours.
Hey, how you doing?
Actually, no,
Keep it
4,
real.
because I've been watching this video for a while. Yeah, I feel like it's just like, yeah, pretty much every time.
This statement was made by the senior manager for inclusive marketing.
Yeah.
Is that some kind of joke? Is this what inclusion looks like at Twitch?
Inclusion is including everybody whenever you kill them.
Is it really crazy at this point, after all this, to say that Twitch has an anti-Semitism problem? I think it would be harder at this point to argue the opposite.
Oh, Bridget, one more thing. Sorry, I forgot. Can
What's
you
the difference between a Boy Scout and a Jewish kid? I'm trying to think of what the racist. So it probably has to do with like circumcision, right? And something about like, yeah, I can easily get, yeah. 2011, damn, the camps.
Tell me the answer to this riddle. What's the difference between a Boy Scout
This
and
is yeah, I don't know this racist joke. This is very advanced racism. I'm actually kind of embarrassed.
Jewish kid? I'm standing
No, it
by.
can't be the camps, the concentration camp. That's too easy.
Let us know. And yes, it's true. I should point out this tweet is from 2000.
It is. So it's like, oh, the Boy Scouts get like medals for going to camps? But that wouldn't even make sense either. Because they gave the Jewish people things too. That's so stupid. It's not even a good joke.
No,
one comes home from camp.
This one,
I get
however,
it.
is from
Okay.
22. Sarah Silverman tweeted out, Kanye threatened the Jews yesterday on Twitter, and it's not even trending. Why do mostly only Jews speak up against Jewish hate? The science is so loud. Bridget said, this was the energy I was around when I worked with 2 Jewish women in social impact, who are both senior to me. She's trying to make Sarah Silverman seem...
This is like this is the in my opinion, I don't like either one of these people. This is an absolutely let them fight situation because this is like DEI Ouroboros. I love it. I absolutely fucking love it.
like some kind of Jewish Karen for caring about anti-Semitism. I wouldn't really care about any of this.
If she wasn't the head of fucking diversity at Twitch, what the fuck is happening here?
This is insane.
So with people like her deciding what is and isn't okay on Twitch, there's no surprise that you end up with these extraordinarily uneven enforcements of the rules.
Yep. Take, for example, this clip of the streamer Destiny. He was permanently banned for what he said here.
That community is never worth engaging with. There's just no point in doing it. Like, it's too, the risk of me, like, ending up getting, like, permabanned and my life destroyed because of these, like, inbred fucking disgusting losers is, like, it's just not worth it. It's just totally not worth it.
And okay, you know, fair enough. If you're going to be consistent with the enforcement, then, you know...
He's going to show the clip of Hassan saying that they're inbred.
Let's have a friendly place, a safe environment. It's calling a minority group inbred, which results in a permanent
Because I remember
ban.
he said that. I remember what happened.
Okay. Okay, has anyone else done that?
The... Jewish KKK brigades out there. Just a bunch of fucking inbred hicks. Imagine the most inbred white supremacist guy you can imagine, okay? Every week there was another fucking psychopathic settler, inbred fucking douchebag. Oh, these inbred fucking douchebags in the background, dude. A nation entirely comprised of messianic, inbred, ultra-orthodox...
He's into that, huh?
Psychopaths that these inbred don't understand. Educated, inbred, fundamentalist hicks.
Calling us in the middle of campus, calling us inbred, that we have no culture. One of them grabbed my friend's Israeli flag in the middle of campus, carried it to a mob by the gate that were communicating with the angry mobs outside of campus.
Untrained, inbred asses shipped into southern Lebanon, telling us that we are all inbred and that we have no culture.
You want to see clips?
Inbred, 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 inbred.
The clips are, and that's not necessarily the algorithm.
Hey,
Hassan, a non-Jewish person, is referring to Jews as inbred consistently throughout his career.
Inbred, ultra-Orthodox psychopaths.
Zero punishment. Hassan interviewing a Houthi pirate.
The Houthis, Ansar Allah, is doing what Luffy would do. You should tell him that.
Zero punishment. Hassan watching terrorist propaganda with zero critical commentary.
They do
What
do musicals. They're very musical people.
Are you being serious?
Zero punishment. Hassan threatening a sitting congressperson. This one actually blew my mind. When I saw he tweeted that, I said,
I think that was a pretty big mistake. I'm surprised he tweeted that too. I think that was a really bad one. I'm actually surprised he didn't get in trouble for this. Like no meme or whatever. Like this is a really, this is a really bad one.
I said, he's done after this for sure. For sure he is.
For those that may not
that was like on Twitter, right? I mean, like, I should he get banned on Twitch for that? I mean, I don't know. But like, I was surprised he didn't get banned on Twitch or Twitter or anything like that for saying that. Is that the gun that killed Shinzo Abe? Yeah, it is. It's the gun that was made to kill him.
Recognize this weapon, I'll explain. Shinzo Abe is a former Japanese prime minister. He served from 2012 to 2020. He was assassinated.
Promise you'll come back?
I'll weather every storm if I know you are waiting for me.
Time to go, Jaina. I love you, Papa.
Come topside, sweetheart.
Your loving mother will never forgive you, murderer.
Lady Jaina, we've arrived.
Thank you, Captain. The time for dreaming is over. A single spark can set the world aflame. I hope this works.
Halt! State your intentions!
I am Jaina Proudmoore. I have come for an audience with Lord Admiral Catherine Proudmoore, my mother.
We're taking you to Catherine, all right. You'll answer to her for your crimes against court terrorists.
As you wish.
Clear the way! Dangerous prisoners coming through!
I see the city guard is as disciplined as ever. My father was so proud of them. And now they see me as a criminal.
Mummy, who's that lady?
Come on, we're going home. Now.
I suppose I have earned this.
Get those civilians back! Form a perimeter! It's the daughter of the sea!
Lady Jaina. Is that really her?
She's come back to finish us!
Murderer!
Traitor!
I will suffer what I must. For the Alliance.
So, my wayward daughter returns to the kingdom she betrayed. Why?
I have come to ask Coltiris for aid. On behalf of the Alliance.
The Alliance? Ha! Where were they when we begged for their help? When our husbands and sons and brothers were slaughtered at Theramore?
Do not blame the Alliance for my actions.
So you admit it? You admit that you were responsible for the deaths of our men?
I was. But I will do anything in my power to ease the suffering of Coltiris.
Catherine, enforce our laws. The punishment for treason is death.
Do you accept the judgment of your homeland?
I accept your judgment, Mother.
You are no daughter of mine.
Do what you will. She is nothing to me.
Beware the daughter of the sea.
In July of 20.
Hobbies and jobs or something, but we already have Get to Work. Everyone's saying it's pretty much just the same. And I don't play it enough anymore. Like, I spend the money and then I just forget it exists. I have to get back into it. You're really neat today. You won't leave Mama alone. Eh?
good with the spicy one. You want to try it?
No, I don't. I'm not a big dip person like you are.
Come on, just try a little bit.
I don't like dips.
Gives it a little bit of bite. Nice. Welcome. You want a bubbly?
Sure. Thinking I should move that chair out from there because no one sits in it.
Good morning. Get ready for work.
Oh, you did?
Favorite stuff to sit. I watch the fire. My socks on. Plus, it's probably better. The wood leaned up against that than the couch.
I think the couch is more durable material. It's always leaning against the couch on the fire.
Bro.
22, in a stunning fashion that left the Japanese public horrified. He was killed
What's
with
the
a
word?
makeshift weapon that the shooter had
See
built
you around.
himself at home. So when Hassan
All right,
saw this
here's the
tweet that he didn't like, he posted the
Well,
schematic.
this is, I mean, it's obviously.
Come on, hit me.
It's obviously an advocacy
Blood
for
or
violence.
gold?
I don't see how.
God!
I don't see how
God!
anybody could interpret it in any other way.
Hey, what's going on
And
in there?
if he thinks it's not, then I would dare him to tweet it at Donald Trump. See what happens.
Quick, hit that lever.
He would never do that. Because it's obvious that it was.
Give him hell!
In what can only be presumed as an invitation to someone in his fan base to build this weapon and then assassinate this sitting congressperson, who wrote a tweet he did not like. I genuinely do not know how he didn't land himself in prison for making terroristic
Grab your
threats.
gear and let's
Zero
pay the
punishment.
block warden a visit. We'll need
Let
his
the
key.
streets soak in their fucking red capitalist blood.
And this isn't just a Hassan problem. It underscores a disturbing trend among leftists on Twitch. The problem is, if you can believe it, these people are frequently making death threats and facing zero consequence. I know.
I said this. I said this before. Nobody wanted to listen.
It sounds far-fetched, but I assure you it's very real.
Listen, I'll up the number, okay? 30K to anyone who'll make this dipshit disappear.
Bro, that Steve guy needs to get not gonna fucking
It would just be so easy to just, it was like solve all of our problems. Like we would have socialism nowadays.
See, eventually something like this is going to happen. I'll tell you guys, right? Eventually somebody will say something.
Keys are ruined.
Somebody will
That was
do
some
something,
serious. Just what kind of
and it will
powder is
happen.
this? Hey, help me grab some
And
of this
when
stuff.
it does, that is going to be a very bad time for Twitch. And if I was Amazon,
one more thing.
and that
Well,
happened,
two.
I would
That's
sack
better.
the
I felt
entire
naked
executive
without these.
leadership team of
Let's
Twitch
move.
if that happened. And so I think everybody at Twitch that's working there right now needs to be fucking terrified of this. I would say rebrand, yeah. Why wait for it to happen? Because Twitch isn't going to act on it because they are okay with it because they agree with these people's politics. The
Maybe we
reason
can
why
blow
these
the
people are able to say
Sprinkle
this
some of
stuff
that
and get
powder
away
on
with
it.
it is because Twitch
Now
agrees
for a
with them.
little spark.
And the people that work at Twitch agree with them.
Take a step back.
That's why there's asymmetrical enforcement in the
That
rules.
stuff packs a punch. Let's get down to the lower levels and
It's
find
that
a way
simple.
out.
I mean, Really, I mean, how many points on a line do you need to come to that exact same conclusion?
Right? We would have socialism at this point if someone just went out of their way and it would be so easy.
Thing that happens, I mean, like, holy shit, guys. If you live in Florida, I have an opportunity for you. If you want to earn
it's also what I found to be very funny is, do you remember whenever this guy was making that comment about Jewish people recently? Central Committee? It's actually crazy that nobody actually caught on to what he was doing. And I read the conversation around it. When he turned his face to like indicate that it was like a early life Jewish person, he did that to accentuate the length of his nose. It was obvious that he was doing it for that reason. And people in chat were responding to it. And I guess nobody saw that?
Are you thirsty?
Nobody picked up on that at all? It was shocking to me. We have such amateur racists that they couldn't tell that? Who cares? I care that it's asymmetrical. I don't care about it fundamentally, but I care about it that it's being enforced in a way that's not consistent. That's why I care. That's like level 2 racist. Yeah, it's like not even super that high.
$100,000, let me know.
Actually, Mike from PA, the dude that's stuck in the before image of a transformation story, did receive a 3-day ban.
This man put a bounty on a fellow.
Put a bounty on somebody's head to go 3 days.
It was just my other leg. We're good.
Wow.
Streamer's head. This man should not be getting a 3-day suspension. He should be getting a knock on his door from the FBI.
I agree.
I made this video for 2 reasons. First, to stop Hassan infiltrating mainstream media. Hassan has been welcomed by many mainstream outlets. They view him as a friendly social democrat, as someone who's just trying to spread progressive politics online to an important demographic. But we know that's not true. He is not their friend or their ally. If you ever see Hassan rubbing shoulders with anyone from mainstream media, let them know politely, with all the civility in the world, what kind of person he is when he thinks mainstream media isn't watching. Help them understand that his name should be associated with people like Nick Fuentes and Alex Jones, other fringe, radical, political commentators. Number 2, Twitch must be held accountable. Twitch has proven that it will not change by choice, and so it is our moral imperative to enact that change through any reasonable means that we can. Samsung, Chevron, and Capcom. Twitch has given them a lasting association with a racial tier list with Arabs at the top and Jews at the bottom. These brands have every right to know, and they should. We all recall YouTube's adpocalypse. It happened when ads were running over ISIS recruitment videos, and it caused a brand exodus. The same thing has happened.
Well, now they're Hamas recruitment videos. This is totally different. ISIS was totally different situation.
But I think
Now on Twitch, but instead of ISIS, it's the Houthis, Hamas, Hezbollah. Dan Clancy's refusal to moderate extremists is the only reason for any of this. He is the sole person to blame. He had so many opportunities to stop this.
Didn't Peloton recently stop promoting some MMA guy for saying things that were anti-Semitic too?
I would have charged him double.
You're lucky he's paying you at all.
This happened a couple of days ago.
Now row.
The sole person to blame.
Yeah, Bryce Mitchell.
He had so many opportunities to stop this. Ultimately, after dedicating months of my life to creating this video, I am left with one overwhelming conclusion.
It's the most heavily guarded part of the city.
Fuck this.
And the only place most visitors
That's
ever
it.
get to see.
I think that a lot of, and I feel like really what a video! Holy shit, what a video! I'll link you guys the video. I think that one of the biggest points that I would make about this is that I think that this is especially true for like Hassan and Frogan, is that I think that their amount of like kind of like the amount of like kind of defense that they run for like what I would consider to be like indefensible bad behavior has actually alienated more people than it's attracted. And I think that the
Finally,
end result
some
of that
action.
is that
Call to
it
us.
has
Come back with
caused
stories.
their cause
Don't
to
worry
lose
about the
ground.
prison break. Here in the market,
And
you're just another traveler.
It's like, as somebody
Now,
who,
let's get
like,
you settled in.
I do sympathize with a lot of the people that are in
This
Palestine.
ferry connects to stations
In a
all
way,
along
I
the
feel
Sounds
bad
interior
for them
coast.
when they have
can I
some
do for you?
pampered,
You'll need a ferry
you
pass
know,
from the harbor
LA
master.
girl
That won't be a
who's
problem.
trying to refuse aid on their behalf because it doesn't pass her purity test. I do. I think that's very obnoxious. And I think that that type of thing is harmful for everyone. It doesn't help. Like, the only people it really helps is people who don't even support them, which I found to be the most ironic and ridiculous thing. And not even Hamas wants to deal with them. Oh, I don't know about that. Their main goal is not to attract more viewers, but to push their agenda. Yeah, but you can't push your agenda without more viewers. And when you, if you attract more viewers, I think it won't work, because I think that there's a level of extremism that becomes alienating to people. And I think that they are going into that element of extremism. Like, for example, I feel like in some of the
counting house
cases,
is
like,
under
I
heavy
know a
guard
lot of
day
you
and
guys
night.
would be
Feel
mad
free
because
to
I
store
would
your
defend
valuables
certain,
here.
like, small snippets of, like, Hassan. Oh, well, like, the 9/11 thing, I was like, okay, well, this is, like, what he means is American imperialism. I get kind of what his point is. And, like, I try not to take people out of context as much as I can, right? But at the same time, there are just a lot of these examples, and especially with interviewing that Houthi guy, that was definitely a pretty big mistake. And I like that you're fair. No, I do. I try to be fair about everything, and like, that's it. But then you bundle it all together. Yeah, no doubt, right? And so it's a fucking line at this point. Yeah, no, I know that, but I'll just talk about each individual thing itself. But I think that it's fair to say that also. So, come on, is defending rape and murder of children? Well, that's the thing, right? Is that I think that not immediately condemning that stuff and running defense for it and saying that, you know, terrorist organizations are, like, not problematic or not bad, and then showing these people that are, like, invading ships with, like, machine guns on, like, unarmed ships. Like, this kind of stuff is just simply not appealing to an average audience, and I think that it's alienating to an average audience. And so I think that the end result of this is that people will be more alienated from these causes. I think that they will be more opposed to any sort of leftist rhetoric. And I think that this is something where people throw the baby out with the bathwater, where now it's kind of like what happened with, like, the, like, trans kids and, like, trans athletes. And, like, now they're thinking about taking back gay marriage. Like, we're already, like, we're going in reverse, and we're going fast, right? And I think that that's what's going to end up happening. There's going to be a counter-correction. There's going to be a counter-correction for this that I think will be harmful to the people that they at least try to be advocates for. And I find that to be very worrisome. I do. And I'll read some comments. Obviously, don't make excuses. I don't know. I think this is I think that's a very accurate analysis. I mean, personally, I think it is. Do the content nuke for Destiny, or people will call you a Destiny stan? I will watch a content piece that's negative about Destiny, but I will not cover, and this is, I know that H3H3 has, I obviously, like, I read clips, I read LSF and stuff like that. I saw that H3H3 insinuated that Hassan did something that was like some sort of, like, sexual thing. I will not cover any of those topics. I will not cover those topics because they are unsubstantiated rumors, and they are crimes, and they should be treated like crimes. So if the next video is about Hassan doing anything that is sexual that is not proven in court, I have no business watching it, and I have no interest in watching it. I have the same viewpoint for Destiny. If people want to criticize Destiny for being a cuck, or for saying things that are wrong, or for losing a debate, that's totally fine. I have no issue with watching that. But I will not cover allegations that are accusations of a crime. I think that these things need to be dealt with in a court of law, and I am not a court of law. I'm not the Punisher. That's it. So I'm not going to watch that. And so, yeah, there's no smoke without fire, dude.
There's my girl. You must be restless being cooped up
okay.
here all day.
Well, then
Even
find
I
me
know
the fire.
feeling. We'll fly soon, all right? Beautiful, isn't she?
I'm not saying that
Cyrus
there.
said
I'm not
that to
saying
me.
that. I'm saying then go
Home
find
here
the
in no
fire.
time. Now,
Then
let's
go
check
to
in with
court.
Cyrus.
Do you think that a lot of the tribalism in the U.S. can be handled by solved by having similar parties somewhere in the parliamentary system? I think that there's always going to be problems and what do you call it? And division lines, of course, for sure. Tsunami's trending on X right now. Oh yeah, I don't know. I'd have to look and see. A smoke machine? Yeah, I mean actually, yeah, there are examples where there's smoke and there's not fire. Why cover something that could ruin a person's life when it's not proven to be true? Yeah, and like that's why I didn't watch this video for a while, by the way. The reason why I didn't watch the video for quite a while is precisely for that reason. It's because I was concerned that I know that there are accusations against Hassan. Now, my personal opinion is that I don't think that these accusations have a ton of weight behind them, but at the same time, I know that there are these accusations out against him, and that's why I refrained from watching the video because I didn't want to platform.
And you take your orders from
And so yeah,
me.
that's really about it.
Stand down and let them pass.
Hassan wants to debate as a reply though. Yeah, no. And if Hassan and Ethan want to debate, if they want a moderator, I'll do it.
Let them through.
Yeah, I want a moderator, I'll do it. Sure.
King
Fine with me.
It is an honor.
That'd be
You are
incredible.
free
No,
to remain
please.
in the
Oh,
harbor
you think I would
by
ever refuse
authority.
content?
Talia.
Aye, sir.
Yeah, but if we get rid of 2 years of maintenance. That's all it is what? All it is the way it is with maintenance, all it is a tire rotation in life. So to me, it's like No, he won't want them. They're not really nice to us. They're way better. He's got the sport model of your car.
Hassan would never? Well, he was the one that initiated it. Hassan wanted to debate Ethan himself. Yeah, that's so I don't know what you mean by that. And Hassan refuses to watch the video. Yeah, it makes sense why he wouldn't want to platform a video.
Hail, champion. Sound off. Why would you help us? Humor an old knight for a moment, would you? I was in a battle many years ago. It was the Second War. Tough to keep them all straight. An Orcish juggernaut struck our transport. Splinters from the gunwale ripped across the deck and tore into a friend of mine. Should have been his ticket home, but he was a stubborn one. Refused to leave before the war was won. So he patched himself up and told the healers he was fine. A few days later, he woke up screaming and drenched in sweat. Infection had eaten away at his insides. My friend never saw another sunrise. By the time he asked for help, it was too late. Kultiris still bears the scars of the Third War. No one feels this more deeply than Catherine Proudmoore. But she is misguided. Her advisors have kept her blind to the infection that has spread throughout our kingdom. The land I love is falling apart, so I'm asking for your help. Kultiris needs the Alliance just as badly as you need us.
I see. Then we shall prove to Catherine Proudmoore the same truth that I learned at great cost. In unity, there is strength.
84 months. First one, the 60s, 1.9. The next one up, 2.9, and 84 months is 2.9. We priced it out at 84 months.
Well met. Serve with honor. Farewell, friend. Duty calls.
Well met. Dismissed. Honor guide you.
We do it over 7, that way if something comes out we like more, or we're better off then, or there's better interest, we'll just trade it in and get another one again.
Hey there. Have a good one.
I look at it like we're not stuck with it. It's not like this house where it is what it is. You can't change it. That holds value, and I could just get rid of it in 2 seconds if I wanted.
Sir, the situation report is ready. I've trained my whole...
Excellent. Hero, Talia will get you up to speed.
Kultiris is made up of several major houses. They were unified under Balin Proudmoore's leadership, but that gradually changed after his defeat at Theramore. Lord Admiral Catherine Proudmoore now rules in his place, commanding both the military and the guard. Despite our efforts to maintain order, Kultiris has seen an increase in crime, corruption, and piracy. People are losing faith in the Proudmoore Admiralty. To the west lies Jostvar, a mountainous region providing most of the kingdom's ore, and some of our toughest warriors. House Waycrest has been a loyal supporter of Proudmoore's rule for centuries, but their recent absence from council meetings has given rise to troubling rumors. In Stormsong Valley, to the north, the Tide Sages of House Stormsong craft and bless the ships of our legendary fleet. But nobody's heard from the fleet in months. The Tide Sages have withdrawn into their cloisters and seem uninterested in finding our missing ships. We must unite the houses beneath the Proudmoore banner and locate the missing fleet. Otherwise, Kultiras could fall apart before this war even begins. I've always dreamed of adventure. We can do this. What's the situation? Stay on course. How can I help? Duty calls. For Kultiras.
You have my attention.
That's negative about him. I think that you shouldn't expect them to. Hassan only wants to debate in bad faith. Let's be real. Well, look, I'm not trying to get into that, right? All I'm saying is that if they want to do a debate and they want to have somebody who, like, I've been friendly towards Ethan, I've been friendly towards Hassan, really for years now. And so, if they want somebody, like, I feel like I've got to be probably the closest thing to an unbiased person, if they want to moderate it, that they could find.
The world is changing, and at Tech, we are too. Now we're focused entirely on the metals that matter.
Looking for the right coverage to protect your loved ones? Start with a teammate you can trust. Sun Life, the proud life insurance partner of the Toronto Raptors.
So, and if not, they just want to do it themselves, that's fine,
Fancy
I'll
a
react
cup,
to it, right? So I'll be getting a YouTube video about this. This either way. So, but yeah, no, if they want me to get involved, that's fine too. But yeah, sure. And it's even better. Yeah, no doubt. It's cringe how much you're defending Hassan. I don't think that I've really defended anything. I will defend actions and I will defend things and ideas. I don't like to defend people. Like in general, I try not to do that. And so, like, it's cringe how much you're defending Ethan. Well, if I'm getting both sides mad at me, that means that I'm probably doing a good job. And so, yeah, that's really about it. Even more charitable to Hassan than he's been to you. Yes, but if I treat somebody the way that they treat me, does that mean that I'm being fair or I'm just simply retaliating?
You're lucky you
I don't need to worry about someone not do the same for you. It's not important to me whether other people would do the same thing to me. I think that my position as a person on the internet, I take pride in trying to be objective and fair. I do. And this is a point of personal pride because I don't like how biased everybody is. Now, I'm not going to say that I'm never biased. And I do have viewpoints that I push, but I try to push those viewpoints in the context of criticism.
Looking to secure goods for the farmers and the miners.
And so, yeah, I'd rather see you crash out on these people that trash you. I know that. That would be better content.
Are nowhere to be found.
No, I'm fully aware that it would be much better content for me to crash out on them and get mad at them, and that would be more entertaining. It would get more viewers. But I think it's also a short-term amount of success. And I think that in the long term, I would not gain from that, and it would not be in my best interest. Because I think that people would learn to not respect my viewpoints, and I think that, like, over the years, I've tried to be as fair as I can be, and be as measured and accurate as I can be, because that's something that people are looking. I think that there is a huge contingency of people that is not radicalized, that even if they hear a person who they disagree with, they end up not caring. That they're fine with that because at least they're hearing something that's authentic, and that's something that I want to do. And saying that chat wants you to stoop down to that level, yeah. You're not really living up to that goal by calling Hassan has done mistakes when he himself stands by it.
We'll be putting down a little further.
So you're saying that it's a mistake because a mistake implies that it wasn't intentional? Okay, well, it was a bad idea. The word, the vocabulary to me doesn't matter. Bad idea, it was stupid, a mistake, it was unfortunate. You can use whatever vocabulary you want. It still means the same thing. Now, I'm not trying to play semantics games with this. A blunder, an oopsie. Yeah, whatever you want to call it.
There we go. This is the furthest
I didn't watch the whole thing, but this is really a nuke. Nothing seemed crazy until I played bits over the last 2 hours. Yeah, some of the stuff was pretty bad, for sure. It was. Going soft on someone because you know them, then what should be said condemn at the highest level isn't stooping down, I don't know. Well, I try not to do that. I do. I find your understanding of Israel and Palestine very surface level, but I have no doubt that these are conclusions you've come to in good faith. That's why I come here. Yeah, I think that my opinions on Israel and Palestine are surface level. I think that somebody like Hassan, to be honest, knows a lot more about it than I do. So does Destiny. So do a lot of people that are more educated on the topic. And that's why I don't really like talking about it a lot. That's why at the beginning of the video, I kind of just let it play. Because, like, I don't really know a lot about this. I think that it's easy to condemn, you know, like, terrorism and violence. But, like, to contextualize a 70-year war inside of, like, a religious struggle and inside of, like, all these other things, I don't really know a lot about that. And I don't really care a whole lot, honestly. And not in, like, a bad way. It's that I'm mainly focused on American politics and American culture and Western culture. And what happens over there is their business, and, you know, I don't want to tell them what they can do, right? I don't want to play nation building over there either. I don't support the U.S. trying to fuck with them at all, you know. But that's how I see it. You know, just play games for good politics. Politics don't matter. Only games and waifus matter. Yeah, but then they took away the waifus and they changed the games. And that's why I'm here. Looking at dislike ratio, yeah, I mean, I mean, Hassan has a lot of fans, and I can see why people would disagree with it. There's also the people that don't like Ethan because Ethan's made bad jokes before in the past, and he's said bad things. So sure, I could easily see why there's going to be a lot of dislikes for it. I mean, absolutely. And Ethan's burned a lot of credibility over the years by just doing different things that people disagree with too. Yeah, definitely. Mass dislike by terrorists and just anti-Semites. Yeah, I think there's definitely that. There's been a huge uptick in anti-Semitism. As I said, Adolf is making a big comeback. I've said it many times. They're also deleting any negative comments. Yeah, most people do that. But yeah, let's see here. I'll read a few more. Trump's Jazza comment was to get Israel and Egypt and Jordan to come to the table. Yeah, I mean, I don't... Like, I don't know, like, I mean, so this is the thing, right? With, like, the Trump thing with like, Palestine. I just don't know enough about it because, like, I hear that they want to rebuild Palestine, and I'm thinking, like, okay, this sounds like kind of a good thing, but then people are saying it's a bad thing, and that's confusing to me. So that's why I didn't really talk about it a lot. Because I don't understand this. Same, like, yeah, because it's like, it seems like it would make sense that you would want to rebuild Gaza, and in order to do that, you'd have to relocate the people to rebuild it. But people view it as, like, ethnic cleansing. I don't understand that. I just, it's very complicated, yeah, and that's why I haven't really shared a lot of viewpoints on it, is because maybe there's something I'm not getting, but I don't see this as, like, a terrible thing, but it's, again, it's out of my expertise, so, like, I really just don't know. And there's a lot of context to it that I don't understand. I'd rather talk about things that I at least believe that I understand. I don't even believe I understand that one. So yeah, there you go. And if I gave them the right to rebuild, it's not their land. Well, I think that was the idea, was to, like, get the people in that area to agree on some sort of resolution. Like, I don't think that the U.S. wanted to ever be the one that rebuilt it themselves. I think that they simply wanted to be the conduit for getting it rebuilt. That's the way, at least, it sounded like to me. The assumption, historically, if you move large amounts of people, you usually get large amounts of deaths during and after the transition. I think that's a really good point. Yeah, I think you're right about that. And I just don't know. Right? I mean, I don't know. The issue is no one actually wants them to go back after it's rebuilt. Yeah, again, I don't want to talk about this because I just don't really, like, it's kind of, I'm sure it's, like, probably, you know, bad metaphor here. It's kind of a minefield, right? And so, like, I just don't really know a lot about it. And so, like, I don't want to say the wrong thing or, you know, like, push misinformation. So, yeah, I'd have to look and see more about it myself. But anyway, yeah. Let's see. But, yeah, the video, I think, again... I just hope that a lot of the people that are advocates of the, you know, like the same stuff that Hassan pushes and Hassan realizes, I think that they're really damaging their own cause. And I think that they're, in a lot of cases with some of these comments, causing more harm than good. And I hope that, like, videos like this, you know, can be seen as constructive criticism. And, you know, and not all of this was constructive, but I hope that people can, you know, distill out of it a degree of constructive criticism. So yeah, And I know a lot of people have wanted to want me to watch the video, so yeah, I'll watch the video, and there it is. The video is watched. Promises made, promises kept, right? Every once in a while, it happens. So yeah, I'll read a few more comments. Thanks for coming. Yeah, sure. Do you think Hassan should be banned? I don't want Hassan to be retroactively banned for comments he made last year.
Recent disappearances. A new
I don't like the precedent that sets, and I don't want to have that happen to me.
For your protection.
Because I think that there could be comments that I made maybe 2 years ago or 3 years ago that you could go back and get me banned for.
In addition,
so
we have received reports of dangerous
self-preservation, okay?
in the
I don't want people going back through all of my VODs. I don't want people going back through all of his VODs. I think that from now on, like, let's just not do that. Right?
Please report any
that's the reasonable perspective. Should Twitch update its TOS?
To mail right
I think they should if they intend to enforce it the way that they have.
Dearest husband, I don't know who you.
Did you wait to watch it on Saturday to maximize viewers?
No. Sneaking out into the
if I was going to do that, I wouldn't have done it at the same time that OnlyFans was doing a raid.
Whatever it is you're up to, it better not involve that crazy
and also,
woman
like,
in the woods.
at the end of the day, like, I mean, the people that are going to watch this is like a fraction of the people that are going to end up watching it on YouTube, right? Like, really, YouTube is where, like, all the clips from this are going to come from. Like, this probably will collectively get millions of views, but it won't get those millions of views from Twitch. Twitch, I really just use as a platform to record videos. That's about it. Do you think the,
For the ones who build it, fix it, and maintain it, there's Grainger. You can count on Grainger for industrial quality products delivered fast, and you'll have access to experts ready to answer your questions. Call or click Grainger.ca today. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Do you think he didn't know saying such horseshit is wrong? I don't know. I think it's probably a mix of both, right? It's probably all of them. Do you think Dan needs to step down in order for change to occur within the company? I think that Dan needs to acknowledge that there's a problem, and I think that he needs to look at the problem from a perspective that's outside of his own. And I'd be more than willing to talk to Dan about this problem himself. I like Dan. I think that Dan can make Twitch great again. But I think that in order to do that, you have to realize what the problems are. And it's one of the reasons why I actually haven't gone super nuclear on Twitch. It's to preserve that relationship and to not burn that bridge. Because I hope that Dan can realize that I am an ally and not an adversary, and that I want to help make the website better. And I think that's in both of our interests. And that's why I haven't gone super nuclear. It's just simply not in my best interest in the long run to do that. I generally only act in my best interest, and I only do things that are beneficial to me. Now, they might not immediately be beneficial for me, but I think that in the long run, I believe them to be.
I don't know where these blasted flies came from. But
yeah, if Dan doesn't know, Dan's a fool. I think that Dan is probably in a very bad position.
We'll run out of feed for
I think that the reason why Dan is in this position is because he's in a company that's ideologically captured. He knows that it's a problem, but he doesn't know how to approach the problem in a way that won't cause a bunch of friction for him. And I think he might need help from Amazon themselves. And so, like, he's stuck. Yeah, he's a CEO. No, I think so, right? That's a bad leader. Look, I'm not, like, I'm saying that it's a hard situation. I'm not saying he can't solve it. I'm saying it's a difficult situation, and these are the reasons why it's difficult. That's all.
MLS is game on.
Dear Foreman Stores, I apologize for the delay in the latest subscription.
MLS,
I was
this
given
is
some
our
plant
song.
scraps by a
Game
cordial
on.
woman I away from my pig feed.
First boss of Molten Core. We made it. No one believed that we'd even get this far.
All right.
Yippee!
This boss is Saffron.
I'm not saying you can see what my mic's like.
Easy, alright? Chance, you're gonna be tanking on Skull. Barry, you're on X. Wake is going to be on Square. Separate them. We're going to kill the ads first, X and Square. I need all mages and druids. We're not going to do anything besides decurse this entire fight. So you're just going to be spamming decurse. That's it. This boss should die very quickly.
Alright, okay. He's right. You gonna talk about...
Any questions?
Oh, that's it, okay.
Solid.
Right. There's a little bit more than
Should
that,
be
but-
very easy. Just decurse the shove it. Shield? No, they did not hit hard. Just AoE. Do not use AoE. Do one single target. Ready to pull. Chance, want to grab on Skull.
Sir, yes, sir.
Okay, mages and druids, just focus on decursing. Nice. Take down the ads first. Focus on decursing. Decurse.
Twice?
It's too far away.
Good job. What's that? Wait, what?
What? Wait.
Can't pause core that, I guess. But...
What the? What the bullshit? Is someone cleave?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No
he was
way.
Oh my god.
Light flurry, the bolt.
Dude, I got MC'd twice and I was so scared I was gonna die. That's so unlucky, actually.
Leave him down.
We need
Check the combat log. Check combat log. I swear to God, I did 0 damage.
No, I think better than me. I
was like,
yeah, I did. Did I kill Quinn?
I kept my mic muted, but that was absolutely, we needed to, what's the word? Highlight the no AoE on this boss.
Any
dude, I completely didn't know that.
Not multi-shots
any
right before.
warrior or any warrior who used cleave or whirlwind, any rogue who used blade flurry, that is
I killed him.
fault.
Yeah, that's
There's no keys, it's just pure blade flurry, by the way. It's just the rogues.
It was my fault. I should have said it louder and prouder. That was my fault as the leader. Thankfully, it was Quinn. We don't care. We're gonna continue to move on. I don't give a
Yo, let's do the loot, guys. Focus up.
It's claw AoE. Someone clawed me, bro. I got clawed by a pet. Is that AoE?
That was a pet.
There's someone that target me intentionally and claw me. Vogel. Whose pet is Vogel?
Vogel is crazy. That's glitter.
Did I do that?
Sun Glitters, is that your pet?
But yes.
Sun Glitters pet.
Sun Glitters, you killed my recruit. All right, let me.
I'm so sorry.
All right, well, we need a replacement.
I'm almost tempted to say
Dude, I checked the friendly fire details, and I took 1,000 damage from Quinn when I was MC. Oh, he was the highest DPS of.
Come up.
That's a revenge then.
Yeah, it was. I don't.
I didn't kill anyone though. I moved away.
It's true. No, you're not. That's up how you died. And honestly, Summit, what do you have to say?
Dude, listen, I'm so sorry, brother. I'm so sorry, man. I did not listen. Oh man, I don't even know what to say. Quick, you just got here too.
He's like literally laughing at you,
Nah, I feel bad because I completely brain farted that you don't forget this fight, and I didn't call an MC or anything.
Heo is the only innocent rogue.
That was my fault. I should have said it louder. That was my fault.
Do I get my donate, please?
But you already know not to.
I'm the only
We do have to move on.
Yes, we are moving on. We are moving on. I am all for not getting somebody to
-1. That's. I shouldn't have said anything. -1.
That's good. We're 39 manning this.
Yeah, we got this.
Yes, we should just.
Like, we're all about to I
World buff running, we should go.
Can we reinvite Quinn to the group so we can see his death? To remind everyone that this can happen.
Okay, I'm about to get TP'd.
Give the trank shot to Jake, because Sunglitters already have it, right?
Yeah, give it to Jay. I have it.
Yes.
Yo,
Jake
guys, can I start doing the loot? I did raid, not raid, assist, so I can raid morning.
Yes.
You got it.
We should, yes, give him assist.
Yeah.
It's too far away. My buffs are ticking, man.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was
I'm
about to say, I doused some my shit are omega ticking.
Quinn's
I'm
down.
gonna hurry up.
I'm sorry.
Hunters, who needs this?
It's going to me.
Give it the jet.
Rats, bro.
Blade flurry on
Yes, first.
Let's start bidding on this, warlocks. Bidding?
Immediately cleaning Moon Moon.
No, I'm not.
Yep.
Oh!
Good job.
Yeah, guys, I'm gonna pass on this, so Grants, I'm passing.
Oh! If you win, loot just trade you guys.
What?
MC kill.
We have very good necklace.
Ooh, Fellheart gloves drops. Ew. This necklace is actually pretty fun. It's not bad.
Corey, the guy.
Any warrior?
I would say I'm pretty sure
That's the
healers can
shaman.
also roll on this.
I just rolled. No, I
won.
won. Oh, no, he won.
I think you can roll on this on the healer, yeah.
Yeah, he won. Fuck.
Quinn, are you there?
That's the shaman. No, Chloe.
Yo, what's up?
I'm sorry, buddy. That's my fault.
I mean, it's what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah, you're right.
At the end of the day.
3, 2, 1. Grats, Chloe.
At the end of the day, it is what it is.
Dude, thanks for playing.
We
Quinn.
got tier 1 rogue belt.
You got the stuff? Almost done. He's logging on! Whoa! Surprise! This is awesome!
It was all my idea.
Yeah, right!
You can make your play on Nintendo Switch.
I hope you guys will rip. All right, I hope everyone does. All right.
Rest in
Let's
peace.
visit the rogues.
Hey, Quinn, back to reacting, buddy.
All right. This next boss, Magmadar. This boss is extremely easy, if done right. We are going to have the healer, or the person who's going to tank this. this is actually going to be Wake. Wake is going to be tanking Magmadar.
Okay.
Wake, all you have to do is turn him around. Tank him. Jay the Bard. You
Yes,
have
sir.
Trank. When the boss
I do.
enrages, when he will enrage, he will get, okay? He's going to enrage, I need you to use Trank. And then Sun Glitters, you're on the next one.
Okay, I will do it.
Yes, that should be it.
Jay, can you say when you use it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it should be Jay the Bard is the first one for enrage. Then the next one is going to be Sun Glitters.
Yeah.
Other than that, Wake turns him around. Keep heals on Wake. What was your question?
Miss, will you call it when it enrages? Or should I just do it?
Yes, I will call it. I will call it, but yes, he gets bigger.
So the moment he gets big, I just use the trank.
Yes,
Yeah.
you want to calm him down, basically.
Roger that.
All right. There's fire on the ground. Move away from the fire. That's it.
Quick
That's the
question.
whole fight.
DPS were just smacking.
Yes, let him get threat, but yes, you were just smacking the shit out of him.
Copy that.
So I'm off tanking. I'll just back up, I guess.
We're ready.
Farm rate.
We're gonna rage check.
I mean,
Yes.
But I don't know if I should ask it. I haven't read chat or anything, but it's something I think I remember. I'm not
Okay.
going to answer it.
Yeah, what is it?
Is it cool? Okay, do we tremor here?
So,
He
yes.
is saying he has panic.
Yes, so if there is a tremor, she does do a fear. We can call for it whenever, I believe it is on when she enrages. And that's why you trank.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. The fear should be fine.
It's not a big deal.
Think we're fine.
Alright. I won't have any rage, so give me a second, please.
Nice.
Honestly, we might as well just use tremor at the beginning, I would say. So
I'll twist
just,
that. I'll
Yeah,
pop like a wind and then...
we might as well. I mean, this boss dies in 30 seconds. All right, we're all ready. Wake, you ready? Let's let him get threat. Use tremor at the beginning, and we'll call out trank shots. But Jada Bar, be ready. Let him get threat. Let him get threat. Let him get threat. Corey, Lakari, let him get threat.
Oh, chill.
There's the fear. On Wake. On Wake. We're just getting real low. I grabbed.
Feed forever.
Wake's back on threat. Let Wake get threat. Watch your threat. Watch your threat. Don't stand in the fire. Frenzy. Trank.
I'm trying to. Yeah, you go. Trank them. Trank them.
Trank. Nice job. Okay. Stay out of the fire.
Gonna stop attacking. I'm too high on threat. Letting Wake have it. It's demo shout.
Use your tremor totems if you have them.
Down.
Frenzy. Glitters.
I did it.
Nice job. It's back on Wake.
Yeah, man.